Welcome to Spacebar. I'm Nicky G, Phil Larigo, and our special guest,
Cooper Hagedorn.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm just making myself at home. I'm just glad to be back in the Spacebar mix after that independent film episode a while back.
Woo! Well, today we're talking technology and does it make you crazy? We're talking the Snapchat spectacles, what's up with Kanye, and what's going on with everyone else. How do you guys feel about
everyone else on Earth?
With everyone else who's possibly going crazy?
We're going
because
one by
of
one.
The chips in their head that the government put there. What do you guys think of the spectacles, Nick? Out the gate, what's your gut reaction?
At first, Ricky from ETC was tweeting about it, and I was like, "Why does this guy keep asking people to buy him glasses?" And
that is the most old man thing you've ever said.
I thought he was trolling, like, pick me up some spectacles, and I'm like, okay, I guess is that a new thing? Is that like
you had to get on the Google and see how that's trending with the young folks.
I think it's really cool, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's the first few steps in wearable tech that people will embrace. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Apple Watch is still borderline, but glasses with built-in cameras that go right to your Snapchat that look fashionable. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The things that set it apart from Google Glass for me are one, the little spinny lights that people know. Hey, I'm
Google
recording.
Google Glass is designed by Microsoft. The spectacles are designed by Apple. Like, we'll take that approach.
You want to split it? Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a totally different type of thing, and the fact that the way it records the video, it's like a 180 circle, so you can be horizontal or you can be vertical, and it doesn't matter how you hold the video, they're kind of pitching it rather than Google Glass, which is like a weird, like, Black Mirror future. They're like, look at this cool stuff on your face. Let's just go record some dumb bullshit of
cool
you and a
stuff
dog.
On your face. There is nothing lamer than Google Glass. When I see someone with Google Glass, I'm like, oh, that guy wants to get beat up in high school.
Can I throw this one out? Google Plus is Google Plus.
I hate Google.
If someone's like, I'm gonna add you to my circle, I'm like, I'd rather you be wearing Google Glass right now. Cooper, you're a man who seems.
You're a technological man.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about this?
I just exude all this cutting edge tech. I don't really care about the product.
Cyborg.
I'm the most unlikely cyborg candidate in this building. I don't really care about the product itself. I think the pop-up store aspect of it's kind of neat. That's kind of cool.
Now we're talking. I mean, they put one in the Grand Canyon.
You had to be helicoptered. You had like the Cobra Commander had to swoop you in on some sort of technology to get
Richard
it.
Branson, he's got a pair. Okay. Trump has. There's like 5 white males with helicopters. but that's really cool, and that type of kind of Easter eggness of the whole thing. That when you go to the site and they have the little thing up, and it's like, oh, question. I think right now it's question mark because they're the holidays coming up.
People have cracked that marketing nut where it's like, if it's ambiguous, you have no clue what it is, but it's like, I want it. And you don't know why, because they create that fervor around it because there's so little information about it.
They've created a digital line, and they've created people who are like mavens for these things that are like, if you have a pair, you want to share it like super, super bad, and you kind of want to brag a little bit, but you also want to be one of the few reviewers, and that's what everyone's doing. And if you look out there, there's people who are posting their stuff, and I know there's tons of scalpers, and again, I can't be mad at that. It's like, buy 2 pair, and you made to the Grand Canyon or New York or wherever.
The New York pop-up store is clean as fuck though. Like, that's really cool. The fact that it did all yellow with just a spectacle right in the middle. I mean, that in itself is a spectacle. You're like, holy shit.
Is it still there? Wasn't that one more permanent, or what? It wasn't as temporary as the other ones, or is it?
I saw a couple tweets that people were waiting in line. Some were 9 hours.
Jesus.
For these things.
It happens.
That's cool.
But it's right now it's we talked about the Nest Mini and how that's a Black Friday item, and this is kind of a digital Friday item. I don't know what else to call it.
I feel like this whole drop was inspired by Black Friday. It was inspired by scarcity.
Yes.
Like unknowns, and you got to be there to get it. Like that was the 3 pillars of this whole marketing ploy.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. We're very curious to know if you guys.
Does anyone have a pair?
Do you have a pair?
Shoot us a video.
Yeah.
Shoot us the pair. Just
throw it.
Snail mail.
Throw it sidearm and get it a little bit further. In addition to technology, Kanye recently pulled out and canceled all his tour dates.
Oh,
and
no.
Cooper. And
I mean, everyone's seen the video now.
Everyone's seen it, and the thing is, like, he has a huge presence. No matter what he's doing online, he's always said things that could, kind of rub you the wrong way, or like, is he trolling?
Yeah.
Is this who he really is? You never really know, and like, how much is the man and how much is the public persona? And we saw, earlier this year, Kid Cudi was having mental issues, and he kind of went into rehab, and now you've
There's
Kanye.
nothing funny about people
No.
looking to get help or any mental issues.
But well, go ahead. Did
But
you?
I do think Kanye's is not a genuine.
That was my question, yeah.
I think it's a PR move. It's it's one of you could easily screw up and pull like a David Duchovny, like I'm a sex addict, like
Yeah. I mean, the tough thing, and
I'm gonna
I
pull a Duchovny. Yeah.
and it's, you're gonna have a show on Showtime for a couple years, and then it's gonna get awful. The thing that's like not, I'm a pretty big critic of Kanye and his music, and the thing that I didn't really think of is, there was a lot of people coming to his defense saying like, look, like a little over a month ago, Kim was, almost kidnapped and killed at gunpoint, and
Right.
robbed.
which may or may not have been staged.
Well, it
There's
happened.
rumor. There's a lot of stuff. That's why the show got canceled. I mean,
So there's
So-
two.
So you're on that tip.
I'm not
Okay.
on that tip. I'm just saying that the statements that came out when the show first got canceled, and I'm not talking about like some weird conspiracy websites. It was that she, in one of the confessionals, kind of lost it because there was insurance claims and there was legal issues as far as.
Well, that's one. Let me get to the second kind of argument there of like it's coming up on the anniversary of his mom's death, and then I think he's a guy when he's saying like Trump's a genius, all this stuff, like he looks at that and he's like, that guy knows how to get business done.
Yeah.
And again, he may disagree with his politics publicly or privately, but he's a guy who employs some of the same techniques to get views, to get eyeballs.
It's
to get
Machiavellian
listens.
I mean,
in its essence.
Kanye is sort of like the perfect. I don't even have an opinion on his music. I don't listen to his music. I know some of
Fun
his,
fact: Cooper's never heard a song in his life.
I
so.
I don't know what radio is. No, he's the perfect like viral internet sort of celebrity or star. Like even more so maybe than his wife. Like he's always doing something to be talked about.
True. That's
Or,
very
or
true.
is he even always
But
doing
I
something
mean,
to be talked? Maybe he's doing
You gotta
nothing.
give
to
the
be
guy
talked
prop. The
about,
guy's
right?
an awesome producer. It's many have argued that his flow isn't great, but his rhymes are still pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of his music. I think his music rarely disappoints, and especially when it first drops, you're always like, "Whoa, okay, he's doing something different."
He comes out hard.
He comes
no
out
matter
hard.
what he's doing.
I think the stuff that comes out of his mouth. I think you're talking about a dude that has a chip on his shoulder. I think-
Still, after
because
15 years.
When you hear about the old Rockefeller Records days, and he was that guy that they wouldn't give the shot because they were like, "You're not good enough." Like Jay was like, "No, your beats are tight, but you are
Yeah,
not
you're
that
behind
tight."
the scenes kind of guy.
Yeah, and he kind of forced himself on the people, and it blew up. It was a hit. College Dropout was a big record.
Yeah.
That's the album, right?
Yeah, I think College Dropout was when he really hit. Well, another one is Chance the Rapper canceled a couple of his European tour
You
dates.
like rappers.
And which is just interesting because he made a statement saying like, hey,
He likes McDonald's hamburger rappers.
you ever eat one of those?
They can sponsor us, right?
I think just the rappers. But so Chance the Rapper canceled a couple of his tour dates, and he kind of made mention like, is it being coy? Does he have something going on too? But all of these guys are very vocal on Twitter and have social feeds, and with the spectacles and all this stuff going on, it clearly, even if it's 1 grain of sand or 1%, it's gotta affect these guys, and it's gotta be difficult being in a public persona.
Right.
I
all
think you
the
have
time,
a lot
every day.
going on. You're making a ton of money, so you don't need the money. You don't need to go out there. I think touring is like doing a live performance every night. That's a lot of energy. You need to be physically fit to do it. You can't just go out on a tour and half-ass it and drink and party. You really need to be prepped.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then coupled with a lot of criticism, probably a little bit of laziness, it's much easier now to make a song. They all have recording studios in their homes.
Right.
They go there, they hang out, they cut some tracks, then they relax. Like going on a tour, you're in the public spotlight all the time. You need to look good. You need to be ready. You need to be ready to perform. You need to be physically fit. And I think it's a lot of work.
It's hard to fake it.
It's hard
kinda
to
what you're
fake
saying.
it, yeah.
Well, it's because part of that too is the way money's made, and I'm not an expert on, especially like music.
Yeah.
The music industry as a whole, it's complicated. I don't even
And
know
it's
how
even more
people are
complicated
making
now.
money.
It's completely changed
Well,
with all the digital.
well, I think the biggest musicians are finding ways to make money that they didn't have to, like in the early 90s or something, even like
Yeah.
not that too, in the not too distant past. Like you still have the acts like, whoever, like Bruce Springsteen and Beyonce and people like this who, they're worth the $100, $200, $300, $400 tickets or whatever. But a lot of other people, like, you can't fake it out there. So I don't know, maybe it's just easier just to use social media or just use like, I don't know, like a clothing line or stuff that you can do behind the scenes to promote yourself and your brand or whatever, as opposed to actually going out there on stage every night.
And I'm pretty sure
hard to back it
Kanye
up.
could make close to what he makes on a tour,
Right.
just doing club promote, like
Yeah, he
showing up
does
at a
appearances
nightclub,
and
Yeah,
and just
appearances
waving
and all
and
that
stuff.
stuff.
Like, why would you
put
live in a
yourself-
bus and
Yeah.
drive around the country?
Everyone's more interested, it seems, in the world of pop music these days. Like, you have to be a mogul these days. It's not just like, oh yeah, this is this
You
guy.
have to be
that-
a brand.
Right, a
And
brand,
That's
right.
the biggest thing. Well, let us know what you guys think. I hope your Thanksgiving was good and your Black Friday is even better and you've got 19 Nintendo classics.
Yeah. Check out the Nintendo Classic sketch.
Yeah. We'll
Dick's
put
out for
that.
Nintendo.
So be sure to subscribe. We'll put that button in front of Nick, and then over in front of me, we'll put the Nintendo sketch. It's a real short one, but I hope you guys have a good weekend.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, gobble, gobble, gobble.
Hope it was good. All right, bye guys. What does dank actually mean?
I actually had McDonald's for dinner last night.
Of course you did.